Hi, welcome to Elk TV. My name's Ian Kibblewhite, and this is Coach by Elk. Today we're going to talk about where are you getting your information or advice from when it comes to what basis you use to make your financial decisions on. So who you're dealing with, a credible link to quality information to help you form an opinion as to what you should be doing when it comes to your financial or financial related, such as property situation. So interestingly enough, I was talking with a banking advisor today from one of the big banks, and they were talking about in their role, they deal with people in the banking and branch network. And with that, they come across all this information all the time of all these different people. And they just look at it and think, oh, how I'd love to talk to them and help them with this, this, and this. Oh, look at that. And when they're looking at that information and capturing it, they're going, oh, look at that. Oh, what are you doing about that? But they're not saying these things because they can't. So they're looking at this information and they can't deal with it. They can't talk to people about it. They aren't allowed to. They're not allowed to. So people are dealing with the banks in what they feel is the way in which they should get the information they need to make financial decisions to help them get ahead. And the people that are trained to do that are their representatives, can't do it. Why? Because they're not allowed to talk about those things. They're only allowed to talk about selling bank products. So what do you think that means? What it means is they get told and sold about things that may or may not be the best interest or best fit for them. And I'm not saying anything gets done wrong, but certainly the universe of investments and the universe of the world of solutions probably isn't being considered in that regard. Whereas what we feel and what Elks feel is premium financial services. Now, what is premium financial services? Premium financial services is getting to know your overall financial world. You need to look at your financial position in totality. So forgetting home loan, savings account, super, insurance, that is all they're all moving parts that comprise your total financial position. And your total financial world is like a big circle. You can slice it down the middle. You've got your personal financial world and your super financial world. Your personal financial world, let's call that part 1.1. And your super financial world, let's call that part 1.1a. Why? Because they're both as important as each other. The two shall never meet until you retire. There's a big firewall down the middle, but they are just and they are equally as important as each other. You need to look at both those worlds as part of your overall financial world and drill down into it. And not like the banking advisor sit back and go, okay, look at this tax you're paying, the mortgage issue, you got retirement, but hey, hands off, I can't do anything about that. But hey, would you like this savings account? Why don't we open you up another profile? So you've got 2 or 3 now, and some of our clients would have a laugh at that because they've experienced that. They've gone into a branch and been sold something or talked about something that maybe that wasn't quite what their need was, and we'll have to deal with that later. So my point is, who are you getting your information from that you're making important financial or financial related, such as property decisions on? You need to look at who they are and whether they can help you with your overall needs, because you can't go at this with your blinkers on. Dealing with a broker that deals with just with your loans, and have they looked at the property asset? Have they looked at your financial position and seen what impact that has overall? You need to look at everything and see how they work together, because those levers need to be able to coordinate, and they need to have correlation, and they need to better work together. When it comes to investments, you want to avoid correlation if possible, to access different markets, to avoid big ups and downs in changing investment cycles. So correlation across your financial position is important when you've got a home loan and a cash flow that allows you to, and let's touch on this now. So in your financial world, let's look at your personal financial world for a moment. And in that personal financial world, you're working, you're earning an income. Maybe there's a household income that comes from 2 sources. So 2 people with their personal exertion, going there, working hard, bringing money in. That money comes in. First thing you do is you pay tax. You pay that tax, and then what's left over goes towards mortgage cost, so accommodation costs, like mortgage or rent, and then living expenses. And a main personal issue across all Australian households, a main financial and personal issue, is people spend nearly all that they earn because of cost of living pressures and the fact they're paying their tax, paying their mortgage, and what's left over they have to use to live. So that's an old bank debt trap, or it's a rent cycle. You can't get ahead. Now, maybe at the moment where rates are so low and there's all these different schemes and benefits, you might be able to get out of, if you're renting, a rental situation into an ownership. And owning an asset is certainly a benefit, that great Australian dream of a lifestyle asset, the last tax-free asset. So yeah, definitely, if you can do it. But when you do that, you're going to take on a mortgage. And that mortgage cost is expensive. So those with a mortgage know that. Those that pay rent know that. You work hard, you pay the rent. You work hard, you pay the mortgage. How quickly are you paying off your debt? 20, 25 years? How much is it going to take you to pay that back? How much is it going to cost you to pay that back? And how much is it going to take you? Because you see it, you work hard, you pay each month, and only that much has come off the principal. It's the way the loans are calculated, of course, and the compound interest effect. So all those different things need to be considered. And then after all that's said and done, what has gone towards your retirement? The big elephant in the room, or the big elk in the room. And with that, if you look at it closely, it's going to leave you with a shortfall. So when it comes to getting the right information, going to a bank or going to a broker or just a financial planner or just a real estate agent and dealing with an asset, how well equipped are you? How informed are you? Where's your data coming from? Where's your information? And what does it mean to you? How does that impact you? How does the next step impact everything else that's going on in your life? Because we've seen plenty of situations where people have gone and acquired an asset and gone to the bank and that asset's been cross-collateralized. So their home is attached to their investment. Now, instead of having a home loan of 300 grand, they've now got investment property and investment property debt. There's an asset, there's a liability, and that liability has been lumped onto their home. So their total exposure against their home is now, say, what, $700,000, the home loan plus the investment? Is that the right way to do it? No, it's not. There are better ways of doing it. But the process you go through is about analyzing your situation to start with from a business case perspective. Let's get across all your information. Let's not be hands off like the bank and go, I can't help you with that. I can't look at that. But hey, what about this? Would you like another savings account? And what's the rate on that savings account? Oh, 0.00001%. Oh, great. That's fantastic. I'll take 4. No. What we've got is we're in a situation where we need to look at your numbers, need to look at your business case. And then from there, make decisions based on that. And look what your gaps are, look where your issues, where your issues and deficiencies are. And be real about that and go, okay, well, you're paying too much tax. Has your accountant helped you with that? Through accountancy-based solutions, can we look at helping you with that? With your mortgage, what have you done about trying to fix that by reducing your rates, by then taking control of that loan, by putting more cash flow more regularly through and against that loan to get the interest down on a daily basis and then a monthly basis, and it compounds over time. And then from there, what about growing your asset pool for your retirement? What have you done about that? And how do you direct your cash flow of intention? It all starts with cash flow. It all starts with getting to know your cash flow. You need to look at where are your expenses and where is your cash flow coming in. So the cash flow coming in, what you're doing with it, and where's it going. Excuse that call. We're a very busy business and people come through to me directly all the time. So with that, Elk, we're not a bank where a bank should be. And how many of you can call the bank owner and get to the bottom of what your needs are? Well, in Elk, you can. So with that, what I'm saying is it all starts with your cash flow. It all starts with getting across your expenses. So let's look at where your expenses are, where they lie against your income, how it can help you save money, how we can then direct that cash flow of intention. And then from there, let's look what your needs are. It might be to refinance and restructure your home loan. You should do that. Can you get rates with a 1 in front of the moment, like 1 point something percent? Yes, you can. Can you get variable rates that are fully transactional? So a fully transactional 100% offset account with a term loan attached with unlimited free withdrawal. So what I'm saying there, all the bells and whistles. Can you get that with a 2 in front? Yeah, you can. So if you don't have that, why not? Just review it. And if you don't know where to start, contact Elk. That's my point. So my point of all this, hopefully you've seen that, hey, we've got the ability to dive deep when it comes to your financial world, is shoot us a message, a bite-sized communication. We'll look at it, we'll see how we can help, and we'll go from there. We can guarantee to deliver you a credible link to quality information, and I've just given you a snippet. Haven't even touched on the part 1.1a financial world. And don't get me started there. Super until the day you take control of it, you probably despise it. Once you take control of it, take ownership of it, you actually see you can future-proof yourself and grow your asset pool and do something with it. Well, hey, it's going to change your behavior. It's going to change your view. There's going to be more on this in our Coach by Elk series. This is a precursor to an upcoming webinar. So please expect a notification around an Elk webinar I'm going to host. I'm going to talk about everything financial. the topics to start with will be premium financial services. No matter who you are, no matter what you earn, no matter what you do, you should expect premium financial services. So thank you very much for your time, and yeah, good financial matters. Cheers.